Welcome to Money Convos, where we discuss personal finance and investment tips. We're committed to helping people create wealth and achieve financial freedom. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Clubhouse, and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and podcast. All right then, let's head into today's conversation.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm gonna start off today's conversation. Today is gonna be hopefully interactive. People share their thoughts on some of the money hacks that we all use, and try to introduce some new money hacks. You know, in Money Convos sometimes back, we read a book, Psychology of Money, and from that conversation, we learned that when it comes to personal finance, it's a lot about psychology. It's not just adding and subtracting and maths and what's the highest interest rate you can get, and you're reducing risk and all that. Yeah, all that good stuff you need. It's necessary. Yeah, but if you can't condition your mind to make sure that you keep as much money that you of what you earn, then all that is useless, right? So those are some of the things that we'll be talking about. How to make it easy on ourselves to do the things that we want to do. We want to be just nice that we sleep and we wake up and we go through our normal routines and we are doing the right thing. Because it feels like doing the right thing takes so much effort. So today we're going to talk about hacks. Ways to make doing the right thing come so easy to us. Okay, great. Hi Mimi, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you doing yourself?
I'm good. So today we're going to be talking about hacks. Hopefully you could share some of the hacks, the money hacks that you do, but and intermittently I'll be sharing some stuff. We did some searches online, stuff that people use quite often, and I'm sure these are all things that we can use, some of us already use, so we could talk about experiences with that. I encourage our audience, feel free to jump into the conversation. If there's a hack you use, do share with us, and also if you have some questions about a particular hack, how to make it realistic or how to make it practical for you. Yeah, let's talk about it. So without much ado, let's jump into today's conversation. Mimi, do you want to get us started off, or I should warm the seat for you?
Warm the seat.
So just reminded me, I've been dada. Now you can't shikeke. Man. Anyway, so last time when we were speaking as a smaller group, Sarah mentioned something. She said that now when she's going shopping, and she said when she's going to the mall, a rich auntie there, she doesn't do normal shopping like we the normal human beings. She likes DB shopping. So when she goes to the mall or she goes shopping, she uses cash instead of card. And the reason is she feels the pinch more when it's cash. But when it's card and you're just swiping, you don't feel it so much. But physical cash, especially if you go, depending on the denomination you are using. If you go with 10 CD, 20 CDs notes, you feel the pinch more. Unless you go shopping with the hundreds and 200s, maybe you don't feel the pinch so much. Mimi, is that something you do? Hi Mimi, are you there? Anyway, while we wait for Mimi, if anyone in the audience can relate to these hacks, just drop a reaction, right? If it's something you've done before and you felt the difference, drop a reaction so we know who uses what. Okay, another one. Okay, Mimi dropped off. I'm gonna just bring her back. Hi Mimi, can you hear me?
Hi Kim, yes. I heard you. Oh, sorry, it seems like I dropped off. Yes, I also prefer to use cash. When it's done, it's done. And I prefer to go to the market or wherever I'm going to with a list. But I remember that some time ago I went to Accra and someone was trying to tell me something, and I said, "Oh, any me budget." They looked at me weird, like, "Who does that?" But I like to go with cash. I think it's easier to not overspend when you do it that way.
When it's done, it's done. I remember some time back, I went to town with a certain amount of money, and when as you are spending it, even before it finishes, you know that if you go and overspend on certain things or you pay too much, especially when you're going to places that you have to bargain, you know that okay, it's 500 cedis you want to spend, and it's X number of shirts and shoes you want to buy. Maybe you're starting a new job. The more you overpay for some shirts, the less you have for other stuff. So you need to, as you see the money going down, you know that it's about to finish. So I'm with you on that. The other hack you mentioned is about making a list. Someone looked at you weird, right? I know it's to fight these kind of things. Do you feel like having the list gave you better control?
Yeah, but what I think is that sometimes it depends on how do I put it? It depends on where you are. Sorry, my son has decided to make noise.
Today he wants to feature. We are talking about hacks. It is showing us hacks about how to worry money.
Yeah, so I think that sometimes it depends on where you are mentally, right? If you are someone who is very disciplined with money and you are in a good mental space, having a list works. But if you are not in a very good place, or you are someone who is very impulsive when it comes to money, the list there is like a waste of time. So I think it works well depending on these two things, your discipline and where you are mentally.
You have to know where you are mentally. So that's even getting me thinking that don't go shopping when you are too excited. Yeah, it's well over here. No, I'm in the US now, and I realized something that if I make an impulse purchase, not like I've done it, but if I'm making a purchase and I think it's a good deal, and I'm not too sure, do I really want it? Do I not want it? Now, I'm not encouraging anyone to do it. At least I have, but over here, at least I have some recourse that if after a week I don't like it, I can always return it for no reason, any reason at all. I don't even have to give you a reason. Yeah, I'm just returning this. No long things. But if you're in Ghana and where goods sold are not returnable, that one you have to make sure that you are in the right mindset. You are in a good mood, or you are not in too excited a mood. You are not in too sad a mood. You are calm, zen before you make your money decisions, else your money will just finish, right? Okay, so your mood helps, but I think regardless of like how much self-control you have, at least starting with a list helps. It just casts me back to the times when when I used to go shopping with my mother. I did not like it at all. I would say I'll wait in the car, or I'll follow you around with the cart, but don't talk to me. I'm not trying to be in your thought process, because if you are sending me, give me a list. Don't tell me I'll go there and I'll call you. No, no, no. Give me a list. I go in the shop, I pick what I need, and I need to leave. I do not like choices. One, you want to buy spaghetti. There are so many different brands of spaghetti, so many options. For me, shopping is one of the things I'm so bad at. There's just too many options. So going with a list helps keep me in check. And also, like, don't go shopping for unnecessary biscuits and stuff, wasting your money. Yeah. So that's hack number 2. Go write a list before you go shopping, and make sure you stick to that list. All right. Let's see. Another hack that could work is so also picking this up from Seram. She realized something about the connection between Momo, and that's mobile money, in your bank account. Not sure if I'm gonna explain it well. I was hoping she'd be here for me to remind her, but I'm gonna try. Maybe if you know this thing, correct me if I'm wrong. So apparently, if you want to transfer money between your mobile money account and your bank account, on a normal day, you shouldn't be charged anything. It's your account, right? So no charges in there. It's like transferring money from your EcoBank account to another person's EcoBank account. Ideally, they shouldn't be hitting you with any bank charges. But some banks, when you move money between your mobile money account and the bank account using the bank's app or the bank's website, they will charge you. So if you know your bank does such a thing, the hack that Serum found is, instead of initiating the transfer from your bank's app, rather use your mobile money short code to do the transfer, because the mobile money people, they don't hit you with those charges. They recognize it as your own account, either way, whether it's from Momo to bank or bank to Momo. Once you're initiating it from your Momo short code or interface, you don't get hit with those charges. Mimi, have you experienced these two differences in the transfers?
To be honest, my bank, I don't know if I am a cake or my bank is a cake, or both of us are a cake, but for some reason my bank the last I does not support this whole Momo transfer from Momo to what do you call it? Transfer from Momo to the bank account to Momo. Or yeah, it doesn't support it. So now that I'm about changing my bank, I know that's going to happen, and I'm very excited about it. In fact, I've not thought about it yet, but I'm excited about it. So I'm not the best person to answer this question. I don't have much experience when it comes to this, thanks to my Akik bank.
I think you and your current bank work very well together. You're all in the 19th century. That's interesting. But yeah, excited for you to change your bank and then find a bank that won't charge you. But if they'll charge you, you would use this workaround for them. So quick tip, if you are seeing any of these charges by initiating transfers from your bank side, try from your Momo side, and chances are you may see lower charges on zero charges. Send us a comment or something, or a DM if you try this and it works, or if it doesn't work. We'd like some feedback on that. Okay. So another hack, and this one is not even necessarily us introducing you to another hack. The topic is mastering the money hacks. This particular hack that I'm going to mention, the question is why don't people do it, and what can we do about it? Taking lunch to work at least 2 or 3 times a week. It helps save people money. So why is it that not all of us do it, and we are all going to buy wachi and fufu and spend so much money when we go to the office? Can anyone help us with this conundrum? Mimi.
And became okay. So as you know,
first, actually, do you do it?
That's what I'm about to tell you.
Trick yourself.
Actually, I just changed jobs. Like I started a new job on Wednesday, and so where I was before, lunch wasn't a problem. There are different vendors. You choose where you want to eat. It's not a problem. Where I am now is different. And so you either, there's a canteen, you can go and buy food or buy your food from anywhere or bring your own food. So my whole plan was to take my own food because I'm not ready to spend anything on food. But I think the reality is a bit different. What I noticed was to do that and do it well, you have to meal prep. Because that whole thing of waking up to I don't know, sometimes it's just like you are not in the mood. So if you want to do it and do it well, you need to meal prep for the week or at least have a menu. Because I don't know about you, but just thinking about what you want to do. So I think that can also be a challenge. Sometimes also the food from sometimes you want to eat the food hot, fresh, and when you take your own lunch, yes, you can microwave it, but I think the vibe is not the same. You get it? I don't know. The vibe is not the same. And sometimes you meal prep and all that, but when you get to work, you may want to eat something else, like not be big, different adult. So what I think you should do is have a reason why you are sacrificing whatever it is, why you want to save, and maybe that can push you or that can motivate you to be able to stick to the plan. Because just taking food to work for taking food to work sake, when having access to other food is not really that difficult, can be a problem. Sometimes you want to fit in, like Obi, then only you're going to carry lunchbox, you are walking around, So for me, that's why I think it is. Yeah.
Maybe wants to fit in. I just teasing. But yeah, I get you. Like there are so many reasons that make it difficult. Like you said, you wanna change your taste, or you go to work and you're feeling for something else, right? Or people are like, all right, guys, let's go and have a team. Let's all go and eat lunch somewhere. And meanwhile, you brought food. So like, what do you do? Reminds me of when I was much younger, and I used to take food to school. The days that I took food to school was the days that I didn't eat at all. Because for some weird reason, when I take food to school, I just don't have appetite. Just for some weird reason. I can eat the food at home, but once it goes with me to school, I don't like it again. And even in my older years, still I see it every now and then. So yeah. But when I realized that I meal prepping for school and all, it's helped. It saved me a lot of money because if I'm spending 20 CDs a day on food and I can meal prep and it's just an issue of groceries, that's like if I'm spending so let me put it in the right context. Maybe a meal a day is like $12 to $15, but if I meal prep and it's food that I would be eating at home anyway, then what do? It's like less than $300 a month spent on groceries spread across the month. It makes sense, right? So for me, I think it helps. Another thing that helps, and it's not necessarily meal prep. This weekend I didn't meal prep, and a simple reason. As a bachelor, when I go out and I buy food, what do? I buy big enough portions such that it can last me more than one meal. So when you're choosing the restaurant that you go to restaurants that they don't serve it gourmet style and they just go and pinch some small food and come and put it on your plate. No, no, no. Go to the ones that they give you boom boom. That way you're still eating some nice. You have leftovers for from some nice restaurant or some place that you can take you can take to work during the week. Like Friday, we had some friends over. We had pizza. There are a few slices left behind. Okay, that's one day. Then I went to lunch somewhere with a group. Don't be shy to take your leftovers home. That one too is another 1 or 2 meals, and then and then dinner to like weekend dinner. Because weekdays there you'll be going out and socialize. But if weekends is something that you do because you want to meet different people, that's okay. That's all right. Let them stretch your money further by taking leftovers. Anyway, yeah. Adam, are you there?
Elikem, I'm here.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So today we
Sorry
are
for
talking about
joining
money
in late.
hacks. No problem, no problem. We are talking about money hacks. We hope you bring up some that you do. All right. So
Yes.
okay. So keeping it pushing. A money hack. This one I'll put them on the spot because I think you've mentioned it before. Automating your savings from your checking account or your wherever your salary is paid, and also linking that to, let's say, the concept of paying yourself. We've spoken about it many times, but it would be good to serve as a reminder while we are talking about money hacks. Adam, do you want to say something on that?
Yes, Elikem. Yeah. I think we flogged this horse so many times about automating savings and investments. The reason being that if you want to wait, like you want to wait and say, oh, let me spend this and that and that and that before you think about investing, chances are that you would not invest anything by the time the month ends. So it's best to do all of that automatically so you save yourself the stress of having to do regular monthly payments. Or sometimes some of us, you can forget things easily. So if you allow the bank to do that deduction at source, or whether it's from your company or at the bank or whichever level you can do it, that's perfect. And that helps to be able to automate the process and makes you be able to achieve your goals even faster than if you were just trying to rely on yourself, because some people are not that disciplined also to be able to do these monthly deductions on their own. So it helps, or it makes it easier if you automate it. That way, you don't even get to see it. It's just building up reserves along the line. So, yeah.
Oh, cool. So yeah, we've flogged that horse. So I won't even hit it any further. Adam has said it all. Now I have a question. This could be a money hack, right? But then I'm like, is it really a money hack? So some people say look out for deals. And because of that, some people are subscribed to many mailing lists. I'm sure we've all gone to input our emails in some websites, or we bought something somewhere and we get emails, or our Instagram is full of so many adverts. My question is, should you always be on the lookout for deals and promos? Or should you know the things that you want to buy ahead of time? Maybe this year you want to buy a new TV or a new fridge, and just when you are save the money, and when you are ready, just go and buy it. Bam, with them whatever price it is, just buy it. Or is there any other way to go about it? Any thoughts on this? I'm sure you buy a lot of things for your kids. So do you have any particular thoughts on this strategy of finding discounts versus saving up and just paying? Okay, Mimi dropped off. Adam, how about you? Any thoughts on this?
Yeah,
Or leading from your conversation last week, maybe you don't buy anything.
Oh no, I think that is where I came. Just leading up from the conversation I had last week. I think that is where the issues of having money stashed aside for some of these opportunities makes sense. In that you have a chance where there's a promotion going on and there's a good deal than it would be on a normal day, then you can dip into those funds and then take advantage of it. Because the challenge sometimes also with some of these sales or promotions is that they are being found to be deceptive. I've watched, it's not just here in Ghana, but a number of retail chains abroad and things. Some people, their consumer or consumer protection agencies or what have you, have had to deal with people who have been misleading customers with their promotion. So I think you just have to be wary that if they say a 10% discount, are they saying 10% of the inflated price or 10% of the proper original price? You understand? So you have to also be careful and not just jump with any bandwagon because they say there's a promotion or some discounts going on. So I think you have to just look at it. It depends. You could go either way and decide, look, let me just save up. Once I'm ready, I buy it. Or you could look out for proper, how do I call it, discounts being offered. And that means you will have to do some research on yourself so you know the exact price so that you know that you're not being shortchanged. When they say, oh, maybe the thing is actually 1,000 cedis, but they increased it to 1,500 and say they are giving you a 30% discount and it's back to 1,000 cedis again. So you are virtually buying at the same price. Or it's in some cases, it's even the discount they say they are giving to you is actually higher than the original price. So you have to look at all these factors and be sure of what you are doing. So whether you want to save up and buy when you are ready or you wait for a discount, I think it's up to you to be able to look in the market and be very sure that you are not being shortchanged. That for me is the key thing. Yeah.
A classic case of buyer beware. They will do a nice switch up on you and tell you that, oh, they inflate the price and then reduce it. Yeah, so you need to be careful about that. You need to know what exactly fair market value is. All right, great. All right, let's jump on to another hack. Let's see. There's the envelope system. Oh, I know Danielle has mentioned before that she uses the envelope system. That's for budgeting. It's similar to what we're saying about cash, going shopping with cash, right? It's about just you set your budget and you put the amount of money you need in envelopes for every activity. And then when it's time to pay your bills, yes, you go into the right envelope, go and take the cash out and pay. If it's time to go shopping for groceries, you go to the groceries envelope, you take the cash out and go and pay. If there's balance, you bring it back and put it in the envelope. If you don't finish it in the month, at least you can top up. But if it's finished, it's finished. Like Mimi was saying, when the money is finished, you are done. You can't go there again. That way, you feel the pinch. So yeah, that's the envelope system. Mimi, have you ever used the envelope system apart from like normal just one-off shopping?
And I have, and it honestly didn't work for me.
Oh, how?
So me personally, I'm not a cash person. If I have cash in my bag, some way somehow it will disappear. So I'm not a cash person. I'll say, oh, let me borrow this 20 CDs for this. By the time you realize, it's done. So normally I like to use my ATM a lot, which also has its own issues because sometimes you don't get to withdraw from the ATM that you want to withdraw from, they'll charge you. Or some of these banks even charge per each withdrawal. So not really the best methods to use. But I'm just not the type that, like, keeping cash in my bag doesn't work for me. I'll end up doing something quite useless with it. Or as the spirit leads, I'll give it out. Something like it just, so when I did this envelope thing, I just kept on saying, oh, let me take from this to just do this particular thing. I'll put it back. I tried it 2 months and I just realized that, you know what, this is not for me. So I just stopped it and went back to my ATM approach.
This just reminds me of, it just got me thinking, the devil finds work for idle cash. You can't trust me with cash. Okay, all right, that's good. Yeah, so all these hacks that we are mentioning, not everything will work for everyone, but hopefully someone will pick up something that would work for them. And it's good that we talk about why stuff work and why they don't work, so that you understand. It's not just, okay, well, many convos people say I should do it, so let me just do it. Understanding the rationale helps you build the habits properly. So it's good stuff. All right, great. If you can try it, Mimi tried it for 2 months and she realized that it wouldn't work for her. If you can try it and you are comfortable with cash and you can keep your cash safe and you know that no one is going to come and steal your money, that's fine. Try it, and it may give you some more self-control. But don't go and rob from Peter to pay Paul. Don't go and remove money from your groceries envelope to spend on your clothing envelope. No, when it's finished, it's finished. All right. Adam, how about you? Do you have any one of money hacks that you use that you want to share before I go on with my list?
Please circle back.
Okay. Okay, cool. Mimi, how about you? I'll let you start thinking about the next money hack you want to share with us while I go on with the next one.
So am I supposed to speak?
Well, do you have a hack that you could mention for us?
Oh, it was the direct debit thing that I wanted to hammer on. But I think my internet was playing games with me. I feel like if you want to do anything, like if you want to go anywhere in your investment journey, direct debits are the way, because with the other, especially the ones that require you to do it on your own, sometimes things come up. The time that you are come to pay that thing, that's when someone will come and say, oh, there's an emergency, or I don't know, something can come up to just take that money. But with direct debit, it's like you are paid and you are owing a loan and you are paying. They will take the money regardless. So they take it. Whatever is left, you manage it. I think it really helps if you use, no matter how disciplined you are. So when some problems come, you'll be tempted to say, oh, this month, let it go. I'll use it to sort this. Then 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. By the time you realize you've not been able to achieve your goal. So automating things is a very good way to go. So that's what I wanted to add to that one.
Yeah, that's a good point. Things always come up. But if the money is already on its way somewhere else, already sitting coolly somewhere else, you save yourself the drama of having to just spend it and then figuring out how to dig yourself out of that hole. So great point, Mimi. Okay, great. So again, Sarah mentioned something some time back, long time ago. Shopping for clothes and other stuff out of season. Clothes especially, or even Christmas. Like when you think about the seasons, we have Christmas decorations and all that. Shopping out of season. Has any of you tried this, buying stuff when they are not in season? And do you really get some savings from doing that?
Some of us, we don't really shop outside. Ghana too, every season is the same. I know there's rainy season and then, is it dry season?
But Mimi, I think it's not just about like season the way we talk about 4 seasons.
Like what?
Like Christmas things. You know, when it's getting to Christmas, like the prices of certain things go up, but after Christmas it goes down.
Okay, if you are saying Christmas, yeah, fine. The thing is that Christmas, if you go and do last minute, your tailor will disappoint you. But I do get what you're saying with regards to that. Sometimes when things are in season, because demand is high, everybody wants them. Of course, prices go up. When they are not in season and people don't want them, that's when you see some of the discounts. And then around this time, November, shops are expecting new stuff, and they want to clear up their stores to make room for the new stuff. So you may see some sales here and there. as Adam said, make sure it's actually sealed and they are not doing some funny things. And then you can go and get some for Christmas. But when you see that things have reduced in price, be very careful too. I remember Sarah telling me a story of there's this shop and it was the owner's 38th birthday. And she said everything is 38 cedis. So can you imagine that maybe you would ordinarily buy this dress for 150, then they said 38. Those are the times where you may even go and borrow and come and buy all, because you don't know when such an opportunity will come again. Even though it may be good, the truth about, I don't know about men, but I know women, we never get satisfied with the number of clothes we have. Someone can have like a whole room of clothes, and then when they have to go for a wedding, they will say, oh, ministry, you know, that kind of thing. So making sure that you don't overbuy, because sometimes you may tell yourself that, oh, I'm buying for the year, but you know yourself that when Aku's wedding comes, you still feel like you don't have, you know, clothes to wear. So even with buying things that are affordable, let's be careful not to overindulge. Yeah.
Okay, so you gotta be careful you don't overindulge. We was talking about how if you see a deal so good, you go and borrow money to come and buy them. Some of those deals, I guess, when you are doing it, to check the expiry date. Sometimes these things, the deal may be so good, but the expiry date is like next week, and then you know you are not going to use it anytime soon. Then waboka. Okay, that's great. Speaking of clothes, a hack that I guess it's not too popular, or maybe not with clothes, but it's not too popular with us. It's selling used stuff. Maybe not just clothes. Maybe you are done with you've used some toys, or there are some books you don't use anymore. A lot of us tend to hoard these things, and they create so much clutter. Like for me, whenever I have to move, it's so easy because I rarely ever hold on to things. I'll just go and give it away or sell it or something. But a lot of people hoard stuff. A lot of people keep a lot of physical things around them. And all these things are things that you can sell, and it's giving you zero, but if you can sell it and get at least something small, it's better than nothing, right? You may think the money is not much, but it's not just about saving the money, but it's about clearing space around you. And I feel like when I have clear spaces around me, my brain is able to function better with all that space that I see. Adam, how about you? Like, I know with guys, we would have some of these kind of gadgets, these old gadgets or tools that are lying around that we can give away. Is this something you ever done? Maybe go on Tonaton to go and sell your stuff?
It's something I wish I could do easily, but I don't know why sometimes, like you said, this part of the world, we are kind of attached to a lot of our things. After we've owned them I have a lot of things that I think I can make do get rid of, but I can't. Some way, somehow, I just don't know how to do it. So probably maybe it's one of the hacks that I'll put in my pocket and work with as I leave today's meeting. But I believe you can definitely bring in some few how do you call it?
Coins.
Some cash, some few coins as you sell them off. If for nothing at all, even if the thing is even quite run down, you could even sell it as scrap and get something. Yeah, so it's a good idea. I don't know why I've not really gone in that direction, because there are quite a number of things old printers and stuff like that are just occupying space in the house.
That's getting me thinking about the scrap metal people. Remember one time I changed my battery and some car parts, and there was this guy who just lived in my compound. Just those people who just squat and wash cars and just live free riding and those things. I just gave it to him. Go and sell it to whoever you want to sell it to, and pocket that money rather than me dashing you money. That's also something that small cash could go to. It may not be much to me. I would have thrown it away anyway, but it can be a gift for somebody. Mimi, you want to say something on this? Oops, Mimi, let me bring Mimi back up.
It doesn't want to be great. Can you hear me?
Maybe this thing, he said doesn't want you to be great. This thing, we know the solution. Go and ask Deacon to come and sit by you.
Oh, yeah, Deacon, yeah.
Because we know that when he's around, the internet is very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're gonna say.
I like you, I don't like clutter at all. I mean, when it starts appearing, one bottle here, one this here, one this here, I don't like clutter at all. But I would normally give stuff away or maybe throw them away. Normally I find fulfillment in giving stuff away, knowing that it's going to help somebody else. So I'll probably give it out. I like to do that a lot. Um so that's my approach. But there are, especially with these, if you've had kids, especially when you have a firstborn or something, you tend to buy like a lot of useless stuff, right? There are platforms for selling some of these things, so you just look out for them online, IG stores, etc. And people are making some good money. So you can look out for them. But for your regular, maybe your trouser or something. I know there was this lady, I think we interviewed her on Clubhouse, if you remember. I think she does something. I don't know if she still does that. But I'm sure there are businesses that do that. If you look hard, you'll find some of them. You mentioned Tonaton etc. But me, I'd just like to give it away because seeing plenty things around just X me.
Yeah, and as you explained it even more, it drove down the point about giving it away can just help you win some goodwill, because the person may probably come ask you for money later, but at least you get to delay that request. All right. Jumping on. Does anyone have any more hacks they want to bring up? Anything you've thought about? Well, I just I just learned of a very simple one. For those of us who have printers at home, my mom was just complaining a few weeks ago about how she bought she bought a printer. A friend of hers asked her to get. Well, she has a printer, the ink. It was like, oh, you can get the imitation ones. It's not a problem. You don't have to get original. Original is expensive. Now, after using the imitation for like a few prints, now the computer is saying there's an error and it can't read from that cartridge again. So she has to go get the original one now. Now that's money that she just wasted, right? Of course, we could say original original cartridges to save yourself the drama and to save having to pay multiple times. But another one which I'm picking up on is said if you use printers at home or for your office and like you're the entrepreneur, not an employee who doesn't mind and wants to print everything. No, if it matters to you, you can change the text color from black to dark blue if your black and white is finished and you have color left. You don't want to buy new black and white. Not sure if that makes a lot of sense because I think black and white, like black ink, is cost way less than the cyan, magenta, blue, the multicolored ones. But well, you could try that if it works for you. Another way to also look at it is the kind of fonts that you use. Use slimmer fonts like Arial and Korean New. I'm like, who is even thinking about this? Like, people are really trying hard to hack these things, but it makes a lot of sense for somebody if you're a small business owner or you do some kind of contract work that requires you to print stuff, but maybe your company won't reimburse you for those kind of expenses. At this point, it's a business expense, and every little one matters. Or you like printing stuff for your kids to write on or draw or something. Like, these are some hacks that may be useful to you. So keep that in mind if you want, if it works for you.
Sorry.
Hi, Mimi.
Yeah, so we are talking about selling stuff we don't use. Let's talk about buying stuff.
Okay.
Buying stuff. Yeah. I remember I did a bank presentation a while back, and one person put her hand up and she was asking that, what do you call it? They are supposed to dress very nicely, and so I think that's where her money is going to, and I was like, then buy three. Anytime, this is the second time I said that somebody I was with, as in somebody, let's say I went there with a colleague and the person sort of shut me up in a nice way. I don't know, it seems like an uncomfortable thing to say, but there are a lot of good deals. If you want Zara or those bougie, what do you call it, brands, there are a lot of them out there. They are selling it for a good price. You wash it, spray it, and go. Who will know? Rather than going to buy a dress for 650 that you can't afford. So I'll say cut your coat or cut your cloth, cut it according to your side, and wear it with swag. If you need living room chairs, you can't afford anyone, go to La Paz, go and buy, scrap it nicely, sit in it with pride. Like, I don't know who we are trying to impress. Anyway.
The previous story shows how the matter touches home for her. Who are we trying to impress, right? I remember one time, sometime last year, I went to Canton. I was like, oh, Charlie, Sunday, it would be interesting if somebody who knows me from Money Convos sees me at Cant. I'll go like, yeah, this is the right way to go. Get to on the low, not on the high. But yeah, these are things that we need to think about, especially with inflation so high. Can we really afford our tastes? If we can't afford our tastes, maybe we need to rethink our taste or think about how we can get similar things at a lower cost. Maybe quick question. The thrift stuff, are they used clothing or they are just another way I understood it was some of them are like clothes that had defects. Maybe a button went in the wrong place, so the main store didn't accept it, so they just said, okay, it's rejected clothing, and they end up in thrift. How does it work?
Yeah, some of them are maybe the type you are talking about in very good condition. Others are slightly used clothing. You get it? And so you have to know your corners. But there's this lady on IG that sells such things. Someone shared her thing with me. Charlie, shadows, they are not here cry like, style. And by the time she posts the thing, in fact, I saw that some of my bougie friend is following her. I was like, hey, okay. Some of the bougie people you are following, they are shopping. They know 80 CDs now. For one issue, you to be going around buying. I don't have any issue for if you can afford a 650 dress, but this way you are saying that you are unable to. You have to put everything on hold so that you look nice because of your job. When there are ways to go around it, spray it nicely. Wear a shoe. Look for some earring. Wear watch. Like, look expensive, but it doesn't mean that you have to, blow so much. So there are so many of them. You can get one slightly used, and there are even different brands, these expensive brands that you like. It's all about knowing where to go and get that kind of thing. It's Accra Stay by Plan. We are all packaging in this Accra, so make sure you are not packaging at a high cost.
That's a good one. We're all packaging, but don't package at a high cost. It's just getting me thinking about this. As Christmas is coming and people are going to shop, apart from just physical items, the kind of entertainments that people are going to do. Can you imagine that people are saving a lot that the way the year has been hard, to go and blow it all this Christmas? Maybe we need to rethink our tastes. Maybe not all of us should go to Bloomba and is it Garage and Twist and those things. Some of us should just go to Mimi's house, and then from Mimi's house we go to Daniel's house. Then from Daniel's house we go back to Edem's house. Then we'll just be hopping from house to house, entertaining ourselves at low cost. So that one too is there. Hey babe, please, we said we are trying to avoid all those. The Brie Gardens is tourist. That one they do charge us plenty. Anyway, so I think that packaging is a good point to start wrapping up. If anyone has any closing thoughts that they would like to share, it would be great to have it. But I would say let's just it's okay to have certain tastes, but if we can't afford it, we need to think about how we can cut down our taste or find a better alternative. If you can afford it, great. If you can't, no, don't do it. And always think about ways that you can make your life easier, So and Adam says something. Not all that glitters is gold. Ooh, I like this. Actually, let me touch on this point. So I was reading Think and Grow Rich recently, and there was a point in there, and it said, don't always look for the best bargain. It sounds like it's weird, but if you know the market value for something is, let's say, 100 cedis, don't try to buy it for 25 cedis. Maybe 80 cedis, fine. Maybe 70 cedis, but don't try to buy it for 25 cedis. what will end up happening? You get a fake one, you get something that has so many problems, it will just stress you out, or it gets stolen, or it may just be a bad deal. Rather, you know where the market is. If you can get a slightly better deal, do that than save yourself all the drama that could come from doing trying to get something too cheap. You may end up having to pay for it twice anyway. So I think that's a good hack. Yeah.
Anytime I have, yeah. I mean, this was a big lesson for me. When you like cheap side, that's what happens. So I found this place where we sell like really cheap stuff. So I was so excited. I bought a couple of them. I couldn't even use one. I had to give all of them out because so now I still follow the page, but if I see anything, no matter how nice it is, I won't, like, you can't tempt me anymore. So that's why I learned, like, yes, you can like affordable stuff, but if it's too cheap, it's too good to be true. Yeah. So let's just be careful out there.
If it's too cheap, it's too good to be true. All right, great. Anyway, Mimi, how about you? So let's start with you. Do you have any closing thoughts about these money hacks in general?
Yeah, I think money hacks, there are a lot of money hacks. We just need to be very observant and always look out. I think Seram has a lot of money hacks because she's always looking for something. Like, she's always looking for a good deal. She has so many people's numbers on her phone or so many contacts, you know. So I think that we should also be on the lookout. If you like shopping a lot, maybe you should shop around, see which shops have, better deals. Sometimes the Accra shops may not be so, like, maybe you go to Accra and it may not be so cheap. So why pick a car and go there? So just shop around, know where to get what, and then also with these hacks, sometimes they can be personal. A hack that may work for me may not work for you. So also keep trying different things till you get something that you think you can be disciplined with. Because I spoke about my ATM one, it may not work for you. I know Seram used the envelope system, it doesn't work for me. So keep on doing different things till you find out what works for you. I think that's how, of course, there are general hacks that may work for everyone. For example, even with your investments, if you don't want to touch your investment, make sure that you put it in a place that is not easily accessible. What am I saying? I had an emergency fund. That emergency fund, I had an ATM card. So you know what's going to happen. The money, like, shikanashi, So what I learned from that is, even though I want it to be somewhere that I can access, it shouldn't be too accessible. So I've changed my strategy. So as I said, these things depend on you. Just keep on observing yourself. Just keep on observing what works out. Keep on looking out for opportunities. And what I've learned from Seram is having everybody's number on your phone. You never know when you would need some help. Like recently, I got stranded with this whole police report thing. Someone gave me a number, and that's how eventually I got my report. So I've realized that in Ghana, the way our system works, you need to have connections everywhere. Otherwise you overspend. So, and you even waste your time in the process as well. So just keep your eyes open for opportunities. Be nice to people. You never know. Yeah.
That's a good point. Be nice to people, and you could always have a plug ready for you.
Ellie, let me add.
Okay.
Sometimes it's better to ship things from outside, or maybe if somebody is coming and the person is nice enough. Because I bought this, there was this medicine, right? I was supposed to buy for my son, and I saw it online on a certain platform, and I thought it was 800. I thought at the time I was buying it, I thought it was 800 on that international platform. So I was desperate. I needed the medicine like now. So I had to buy it in Ghana. So I went to the Ghanaian shop, bought it for 1,001. I was like, okay, maybe it's an emergency. So let's just see that the 300 they are shipped. Just to go back to the website, that international website, I realized that the thing was 300 Ghana cedis, but they are selling it in Ghana for 1,100. So, so sometimes you need to look at these things and see how maybe collaborate with friends, bring boxes. I know a friend who hardly buys anything for her child. Yeah, she ships it in boxes and stuff. Maybe collaborate, share costs and the rest, because sometimes it doesn't make sense, honestly. The same medicine, the bigger bottle that I bought for 800 cedis cost 3,000 in Ghana. So that's just to give you an idea.
That's a huge difference there. So collaborate with people to share those costs in bringing it down from abroad. Great. Okay, so Adam, how about you? Any closing thoughts? Or you dear, they spend money, so
Oh, why? It's not the money hacks. I think we all need them, and what we have talked about, the various ones, are very important. And I think one of the things, as Mimi spoke earlier, talking about the fact that there's a lot of packaging going on. I think people should just not be pressured to do things that they cannot afford to do. And I think that's one of the greatest money hacks you can ever have, where you live within what you can afford, within your means, and not trying to impress anybody. Just do you, like as they say. I mean, just do you, and then make sure that whatever you are spending on, you can afford. And I'm sure that with that, you will not break the bank and not find yourself wanting at the end of the day, and find yourself in a bad spot where you are owing people left, right, center, because you forced yourself to try and do something that you cannot afford to do. So as we are leaving this space, I believe that one thing we can all take out with us is that make sure that you are always having a bird's eye view of what is going on with your finances also. That's another simple hack we can always put, like always be aware what's going on with your money, checking your bank statements here and there, making sure that monies that are coming in, you are accounting for them and all that. And then in the end, I'm sure that we all put ourselves in a better position, because right now we know that we are experiencing a very unprecedented or difficult, how do we call it, cost of living crisis. So possibly, if we are not very smart with our monies, we'll find ourselves wanting. So it's very important that we continuously review our financial matters, and I'm sure we'll be in a better place. So thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Dropping bars for us. You said the greatest money hack ever is live within your means and don't be pressured to spend more than you can. Charlie, bye. So on that bombshell, I'll leave everyone with that bombshell. Thank you for spending your Sunday night with us. As you look forward to a productive week, we hope that these money hacks will be with you. See if you can meal prep if it's not too late, or you can close from work early on or get home on Monday and do some meal prepping to save you some money. As you go shopping, think about using cash. All the things that we've spoken about. If you didn't hear us from the top, you could just listen, come back to this space after is done, and you play back the recording, or you could go on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast in a couple of days, and you see the recording uploaded there. If you want to listen to any of our previous conversations, they're same either here on X or Twitter and YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. The recordings are there. You can play back, share it with people. If there are parts that you like, send a comment. Let people know what's going on. Don't just know this information for yourself. Share it with people so that we all become financially independent. And as you want more education, follow us here on X, or follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. And as you're on Instagram, follow investment_friend. There we give more personalized financial coaching. At Money Convos, we may be saying some of these things generally, but when you get on Investment Friend, it's your friend who knows investments, right? Mimi and Sarah produce a lot of content. They engage with people one-on-one to help them resolve their issues and look at how they can reach their financial goals. So go follow them there, engage with the content over there, and share with your friends so that we all know it and we'll be in a better place. Thank you all for making the time. I wish you a productive week. Catch you same time next week, 8 p.m. GMT. And I think actually, let me say this ahead. Next week we are going to talk about episode 2 of How to Get Rich, the series on Netflix. We did episode 1 some weeks ago. We want to do episode 2. We learned a lot in that episode. Just people living their general lives, and the kind of issues that come up, similar to these money hacks. Relatable contents that we can all think through and talk about. Sometimes it's easier to think through problems when you are looking at it as if it's other people's problems. So come join us. Let's have that conversation about the episode 2 of How to Get Rich on Netflix. And it will be a fun conversation. All right then. Goodbye. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to our thoughts. I hope you learned a thing or two and start practicing. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Clubhouse and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and podcast. Do tell a friend about Money Convos so we all become wealthy together. Talk to you soon. Bye.